Welcome to the 32nd annual Chicano, Chicana, Latino, Latina graduation celebration at California State University, Long Beach. My name is Carlos Castillo, Sergeant at Arms of the Latinx Student Union. I'm accompanied by Miguel de la Rosa, Latinx Student Union President. We are members of the graduating class of 2021. Today, in our own respective spaces, we celebrate the hard work and accomplishments of our graduates. We celebrate the richness of our cultural roots, and we thank you, our family, friends, and loved ones who have sustained us throughout our educational journey. Due to the ongoing pandemic, we are unable to come together on campus for this special ceremony. It is unfortunate, but we're happy to be able to transmit this traditional event to your screen. On that note, we want to acknowledge this year's theme, the seed of yesterday, the effort of today, and the tree of tomorrow.
Bienvenidos a la celebración anual número 32 de la graduación chicana, latina y latino en la Universidad Estatal de California, Long Beach. Mi nombre es Miguel de la Rosa, soy presidente de la Unión de Estudiantes Latinos y aquí me acompaña Carlos Castillo, ujier de la Unión de Estudiantes Latinos, y somos graduados de la clase del 2021. Hoy en nuestros propios espacios celebramos el esfuerzo y los logros de nuestros graduados. Celebramos la riqueza de nuestras raíces culturales y le agradecemos a usted, a nuestra familia, amigos y seres queridos quienes nos han apoyado a lo largo de nuestro viaje educativo. Debido a la pandemia, no podemos unirnos en la universidad para llevar a cabo esta ceremonia especial. Aunque es lamentable, estamos muy felices de poder transmitirle este evento tradicional a su pantalla. En ese sentido, queremos reconocer el tema de este año: la semilla de ayer, el esfuerzo de hoy y el árbol de mañana.
Before we commence the ceremony, we want to recognize that CSUOB is located on the sacred side of Pavagna. We acknowledge that we are on the land of the Tongva, Gabrieleño, and Akashiman, Juaneño nations who have lived and continue to live here. We recognize that the Tongva and Akashiman nations and their spiritual connection as the first stewards and traditional caretakers of this land. We thank them for their strength, perseverance, and resistance. Let us also recognize and honor our beautiful lands we call home. We celebrate our cultural diversity by displaying our Latin American flags.
Antes de comenzar la ceremonia, queremos reconocer que la Universidad Estatal de Long Beach está localizada en un sitio sagrado llamado Pavagna. Nosotros reconocemos que estamos en el terreno de las naciones indígenas, gabrileñas y juaneñas, quienes vivieron y aún viven aquí. Reconocemos a las naciones Tongva, Akashiman y su conexión espiritual como los primeros mayordomos y cuidadores tradicionales de esta tierra. Les agradecemos su fuerza, perseverancia y resistencia. Ahora, permítanos reconocer y honrar a las hermosas tierras quienes llamamos nuestro hogar. Celebramos nuestra diversidad cultural con las banderas de América Latina.
And with the beautiful colors of our flags, we begin. Argentina, en unión y libertad. Belice, under the shade I flourish.
Bolivia, la unión es la fuerza. Brasil, orden y progreso.
Chile, por la razón o la fuerza. Colombia, libertad y orden.
Costa Rica, viva siempre el trabajo y la paz. Cuba, patria o muerte.
Ecuador, Dios, patria y libertad. El Salvador, Dios, unión, libertad.
Guatemala, país de la eterna primavera. Honduras, libre, soberana e independiente.
México, patria, libertad, trabajo y cultura. Nicaragua, en Dios confiamos.
Panamá, por el bien del mundo. Paraguay, paz y justicia.
Perú, firme y feliz por la unión. Puerto Rico, Juan es su nombre.
República Dominicana, Dios, patria y libertad. Uruguay, libertad o muerte.
Venezuela, Dios y federación.
Es muy hermoso poder reconocer nuestras raíces, tradiciones y cultura. Aunque todos somos únicos, siempre seremos un espíritu, una pasión y una comunidad de Latinoamérica.
How beautiful to be able to recognize our roots, traditions, and culture. Though we are all unique, we will always be one spirit, one passion, one community. CSULB has the distinct pleasure of having a multitude of dedicated and genuinely committed faculty and staff. Please join us in welcoming President Connolly, who will provide the university welcome.
La Universidad de Long Beach tiene el placer de contar con una multitud de dedicados profesores y profesionales que genuinamente están comprometidos en el desarrollo de nuestros estudiantes. Únase a nosotros para dar la bienvenida a la Presidente Connolly, quien brindará la bienvenida a la universidad.
Hi, I'm Jane Close Connolly, President of Cal State Long Beach, and I want to welcome you to this cultural graduation celebration, honoring the diversity of our students, acknowledging their identities, and commemorating their successful college careers. While there does appear to be a light at the end of the pandemic tunnel, we still live with restrictions that keep us from doing many meaningful things, like gathering in big groups with family and friends to celebrate some of the biggest moments in our lives. We may not be able to host the cultural graduation celebrations in person, but our teams have done a marvelous job of creating virtual cultural graduation celebrations that provide graduates with an opportunity to be seen and recognized. During the commencement season, I always like to make a point of thanking family members, faculty, staff, and friends for being there for our graduates, for their wisdom, love, care, guidance, patience, and support. You all deserve special recognition. Thank you for all you did to make this moment possible. I'm confident that every graduate at this event recognizes and is thankful for the support of their loved ones, classmates, and campus communities. One of the great things about a beach cultural graduation celebration is that while we are honoring our graduates and welcoming them to a community of alumni, we also have the opportunity to thank everyone who guided them along the way and to reflect on the importance of collective social responsibility. And now, I want to speak to the class of 2021. At our cultural graduation celebrations, the talk often turns to the various challenges you've conquered along your journey to this time and place. Some of you are the first in your family to attend a university and obtain a degree. Others have contended with the challenges presented by a language or culture different from the one you were born or raised in. And still others have overcome bias, bigotry, injustice, violence, and hate. But here you are, perhaps after battling difficult circumstances, adverse forces, or seemingly unsurmountable odds, you made it, and you should be proud of yourself. Of course, during the last year, and stop me if you've heard this before, we've all been in this together, the pandemic, that is. There are a lot of things we go through together during our college careers. New student orientation, the awkwardness of acclimating to a new campus, new demands and new expectations, finding all the spare hours in a day to learn, study, work on projects, exams, and now commencement. However, it will be that additional aspect, the pandemic, that will set you, this class, and your generation apart from all others. I am confident that you will one day look back and marvel at what you've come through. I know you'll do more than merely recall a year of social distancing, masks, and a myriad of ups and downs across our society. You'll also look back and celebrate your own focus, commitment, determination, drive, and accomplishments. You beat back fears and dampened hopes. You've adapted to new ways of teaching and learning, and now you're realizing a dream. Now, as you prepare to leave the beach, please know this. The beach will never leave you. In addition to the learnings, memories, and friendships that will be with you throughout your life, you'll also be part of a new family, Beach Alumni, one that counts more than 350,000 members around the world. The association will help keep you in touch with classmates, make vital connections, and celebrate cultural ties. As they say, let's keep in touch. Thank you for this opportunity to speak to you at this virtual celebration, and thank you for your continued patience and perseverance. Most of all, congratulations on all your accomplishments. Go Beach!
Gracias, Presidente Connolly, por sus amables palabras. Y es con gran honor que presento a la doctora Norma Salcedo, directora del Dream Success Center, como gran mariscal de la ceremonia. En su función, proporciona liderazgo, dirección y supervisión de los servicios prestados en el DSC. La misión del DSC es capacitar a los estudiantes indocumentados en su búsqueda de una educación superior y fomentar una comunidad universitaria de apoyo dedicada a su éxito personal y educativo.
Please allow me to joyfully introduce this year's Grand Marshal, Dr. Norma Salcedo, Director of the Dream Success Center, the DSC. In her role, she provides leadership, direction, and oversight of all the services provided at the DSC. The mission of the DSC is to empower scholars who are undocumented in their pursuit of higher education and foster a supportive campus community dedicated to their educational and personal success.
Thank you, Carlos and Miguel, for the warm welcome. Hello, graduates, parents, family, and friends. I am so honored to be your Grand Marshal today. How I wish we were celebrating you all in person, but I hope you can feel how proud we are of y'all through your screens. As was shared, my name is Dr. Norma Salcedo. I am the director of the Dream Success Center. Although I have been at CSUOB since June of last year, I have felt connected to the campus for many years as a Long Beach native. It has always been a dream of mine to give back to the community that gave so much to me and my family. The theme for today's ceremony is La semilla de ayer, esfuerzo de hoy, y el árbol de mañana. The seed of yesterday, the effort of today, and the tree of tomorrow. When I think about La semilla de ayer, the seed of yesterday, I think about how I, as a first generation student, had to learn all the ins and outs of navigating life for myself, my younger siblings, and my immigrant parents. I became the go-to person for anything that my family needed. Like my mom likes to call me, La Sabelo Todo. I was a sponge growing up, loved school, but was never really sure what I wanted to do. Then I was introduced to the concept of college and my whole life changed. I remember running home and telling my parents about college. I became the first high school graduate and the first to go to college out of my entire family. As I think about el esfuerzo de hoy, the effort of today, I think about all the esfuerzo I have made thanks to the support of my family, friends, and comunidad. After graduating college, I went on to get my master's in higher education administration and most recently received my doctorate in educational leadership. Thanks to the seeds I planted, my sisters and a few of my younger cousins are now college graduates. For the past 11 years, I have had the opportunity to work with diverse students in the Midwest, Northeast, and here in the West Coast. But all this work is meaningless to me unless I am helping build the trees of tomorrow. As the theme for today says, el árbol de mañana, the tree of tomorrow. This makes me think of all of you here today, all the undergraduates, graduate, and doctoral students. You are all joining the colorful chorus of Latinx, Latina, Latino graduates across the country. You may be here today because someone else planted the seed in you, or you planted it for yourself as a trailblazer of your family. I want you all to think about the seeds you will now get to plant as college graduates, the people you will inspire, the changes you will make in your field and in your communities. Most importantly, I want you to think about how you will make sure that your tree of tomorrow is thriving and getting enough sun, water, and nutrients. Some of you may know what's next and others may not, and that is totally okay. Don't forget that CSUOB is still here to guide you as you decide your next steps. Congrats to all the graduates. Felicidades a todos. Go Beach!
Thank you, Dr. Salcedo, for your words of inspiration and motivation.
Muchas gracias, doctora Salcedo, por sus palabras de inspiración, motivación y sobre todo su apoyo a lo largo del año escolar. Este año, Stephanie Barrera ha sido seleccionada para representar las experiencias, sueños y aspiraciones de nuestra clase. Stephanie se gradúa con su maestría de emprendimiento e innovación.
A graduating senior has been selected to represent our class's experiences as well as dreams and aspirations. Please join us in welcoming Stephanie Barrera, who is receiving her Master's in Entrepreneurship and Innovation.
Hola a todos, buenas tardes. Mi nombre es Stephanie Barrera y es un honor darles la bienvenida a los estudiantes, a sus familias y a los maestros que están en esta graduación. Cada uno de ustedes ha hecho un cambio a los graduados que están sentados hoy en este día. El tema de hoy es la semilla de ayer, el esfuerzo de hoy y el árbol de mañana. Dos personas que vinieron sin nada para sembrar algo nuevo. A lot of you are familiar with the story, immigrants coming to the United States for a better life for themselves and their loved ones. My parents didn't have the opportunities offered to my brothers and I. My mother wanted to study, but instead she had to cook, clean, and care for all her 5 brothers and sisters. My dad didn't even have the chance to finish middle school and had to start working at an early age. When I was born, my parents were happy, but also scared that I was born in the US. They knew that just the fact that I was born here, that I would have a completely different life than the one that they knew in Mexico. And even though they were scared of what could happen in the future and how they were here alone without any support, they always did the best that they could for me. My parents, knowing no English, taught me how to read. They helped me build projects, prepared me for school pictures, and signed me up for every activity like ballet and swimming. They came here with nothing but the clothes on their back, and yet they offered me everything they could. And the most important thing they offered was love. The love that they wished they had growing up. Al plantar la semilla con el corazón, crecen las flores para que dé el fruto. My parents always wanted me to get a higher education because they knew it would open up new doors and opportunities for my future. My dad would go to all the meetings, college information sessions, SAT preps. Yet I didn't always appreciate their efforts. Instead of studying, I'd watch movies. I failed tests, which turned into failing classes. My GPA was a 2.8 by the time I hit my junior year. And that's when reality hit me. During a meeting with my college counselor, she told me that I shouldn't even bother applying at a 4-year college because it wasn't achievable at that point. And it was in this moment where I reflected on my decisions. How could I let my parents down? How could I not acknowledge the blood, sweat, and tears that they put in to give me a good education? And at the end of the day, my parents didn't benefit from my education at all. They wanted me to finish school so that I could have a better life than they did, and that I wouldn't struggle the way that they did. Entonces me puse las pilas. I retook all my failed classes, I went to adult school, and did community service on top of that. And next thing I knew, I was off to college at CSULB. Everything there was new and exciting, but with that came new challenges. No más mama y papa. If I needed help, I had to ask for it. And that was hard considering I couldn't even ask for extra ketchup at fast food places. But anytime I thought a class was too hard or considered dropping out, I always remembered how much strength and effort it took for my family and I to get here. And I couldn't give up just yet because my parents were there for me, because my little brothers looked up to me. And I was so close to making it. And now here we are. First generation Latina student getting a master's degree. And it's everyone's accomplishment. My parents, my brothers, and now my fiancés. My parents started my life and now I'm starting my own. Le doy gracias a Dios for giving me such wonderful parents who never gave up on me, for always telling me, échale ganas, tú puedes. I know my story isn't different from others, but I hope my words reach those who made mistakes along their path and have made it here. All journeys aren't easy, and it's even harder for people of color. But despite all the difficulties and hardships we all go through, we ended up reaching our dreams, doing something that we never thought we could. And now we'll continue our parents' legacy by planting our own seeds and growing more trees, which will sprout fruit for ourselves. And we will be the generation that makes this country a better place and inspires more Latinx to achieve their dreams.
Gracias por tus hermosas palabras. Ahora continuamos. Nuestro orador principal es un nativo excepcional de Long Beach. Jesús Trejo es conocido por su especial de comedia, Stay at Home Son, y sus apariciones en Nuestra Iglesias en Netflix y The Tonight Show. Como comediante, Trejo se compromete a traer luz y alegría a los espacios que adornan. Y hoy Jesús hablará sobre el camino que sigue para nosotros, los graduados.
Our keynote speaker is an exceptional Long Beach native, known for his comedy special, Stay at Home Son, and his appearances on Netflix's Mystery Iglesias and The Tonight Show. Jesus Trejo. As a comedian, Trejo is committed to bringing light and joy to the spaces he graces. Today, he will speak on the path that follows for us graduates. Let's welcome Jesus Trejo.
Buenos dias. I want to start off by congratulating all of this year's Cal State University Long Beach graduates, faculty, staff, maintenance personnel, landscapers, and wonderful friends and family all here today. It's really great to see everyone come together for such a great occasion. I mean, wow, you guys did it. Congratulations. You graduated after arguably one of the hardest and toughest years of our lives. I'm truly honored and humbled to be here before all of you today. This opportunity to speak at this year's Cal State University Long Beach Latinx student graduation ceremony is not one I take lightly. As a matter of fact, I was so nervous to do this that I probably rewrote this 25 different times at length. After you hear this, some of you are gonna say, you should have rewrote it a couple more times. I was really taken back when I read this year's theme because it's one that really resonated with me down to my core, something that just spoke to me. La semilla de ayer, esfuerzo de hoy y el árbol de mañana. You see, I'm born and raised in Long Beach, California, the son of immigrant parents from Jalisco and Sinaloa who came to the US in search of a better life. A mother that cleaned houses and a father who mowed lawns. I grew up knowing and understanding what hard work really was. Understandably so, I was always seen as a lazy one in the family because I loved to sleep in every chance I got. I still do. As a matter of fact, I was so lazy that my dad would tell me that I'm lazy, and if I was a transformer, I'd be a futon. Also, I'm 8 years old, Dad. Chill. Working with my father from a very young age, it wasn't really the childhood I had envisioned for myself, but little did I know it was planting the work seed, the semilla del ayer, that would end up being one of my best and biggest assets to date. At the time, I hated working with my father because I saw all my friends were out and about, having fun, being kids, and I had to work with my dad. I had to go mow lawns. My parents, too, from a young age, had a very similar upbringing, having to help out and having to work to, help back at home. There were no strangers to el esfuerzo de hoy, the hard work of today, as I never knew of a time where they didn't have at least 2 jobs each. But they knew that education was the key to turning our situation around. And with that comes a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility for me as a kid, as I was expected to always do very well in school, to pursue higher education, to get a great job, to get a corporate job, so forth and so on, and that kind of thing. I was a kid. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, but I always felt like there was no room to dream. Although things weren't really clear for me growing up, I always somehow walked in the direction that my heart told me to. I don't know why, I just kind of went that way. I remember graduating from college with a business degree, and again, I knew I wanted more. I was at the intersection of letting my parents down if I followed my dreams of being a stand-up comedian and self-doubt boulevard. Could I really carve a path for myself as a stand-up comedian? Could I provide for my parents, my elderly parents who I love so much, a slice of the American dream that they worked so hard to get through my comedy? I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure, to be honest. But I did know that college was going to give me the necessary tools to teach me everything I needed to know. Between my parents and college, I was going to be ready to take on the world. College taught me a lot, like what parking lot not to park in, what part of the library I can go to get a quick nap in if I needed to. But seriously, college taught me many things, like how to be a self-starter, how to set a goal and accomplish it, meet a deadline, how to manage my time wisely. It taught me that I may not know all the answers, but I am capable and I should trust my heart that I can find the answers I'm looking for. It taught me that I should not pay attention to self-doubt, as it probably robbed me of more time than I spent sitting in traffic on the 405 freeway. That's a fact. When I graduated, I decided it was important for me to present my parents with the degree I had just earned. This journey was for them. That's what I thought to myself. I decided that my college degree was a team effort. And now that I had all the tools after graduating college and everything my parents taught me, that I was ready and I was now going to embark on a journey of my own, where the destination was becoming a successful stand-up comedian. I'm going to follow my dream. That's what I thought. So, business degree and all, I ended up working at the world famous Comedy Store. I was parking cars for the comedians there, parking cars, earning minimum wage. And at the end of the week, I also, part of my pay was that I got 3 minutes of stage time, and I was working towards my dream, and it felt good. It felt like I was working on my craft. Even though it was the ground floor, I felt like I was like living my best life, if you will. I was doing everything I wanted to do. I went to college, now I'm following my dreams. I mean, what more could I possibly ask for? But as you could imagine, my parents were up in arms about it. My parents at home would often tell me, ponte a trabajar, ¿qué estás haciendo? Estás perdiendo tu tiempo, estás loco. They felt that our sacrifices that we did as a family to, sacrifice to put me through college were all in vain. They didn't understand what I wanted to do. To be the first of my family to be educated, a first generation Mexican American with a college degree, and I was going to throw that all away to be a stand-up comedian. These scenarios are ones that play out oftentimes in our homes because the people closest to us, our loved ones, may or may not understand what we want to do or what our big picture is or what our big dream entails. But it's okay. It's not their fault. My biggest lesson in college that I learned was actually outside of the classroom. The lesson that sometimes you have to allow yourself to be misunderstood. I'm a dreamer, therefore I dream. And I dream pretty big. And it's okay if my loved ones didn't or don't see the bigger picture. I actually understand where my parents are coming from. You see, our loved ones simply don't want us to endure the same struggle that was so synonymous of their journey. They want to protect us, but I assured them, and I can assure all of you guys here watching this, that everything is going to work out. It always does. I don't know how, but it just always works out in the end. We have to understand that for many of us, first generation college grads like ourselves, oftentimes we find ourselves in spaces we may or may not be ready to take on. Allow yourself to be misunderstood. Do your best, give it your best shot, and if you fail, it's okay, because you have all the tools that you need, and if you don't do it right now, you will do it right later, and you will find the answers that you're looking for. I stand before you today not as someone who's made it, but as someone who is still putting in el trabajo de hoy, the hard work of today. I, much like you guys, have set out to plant the seeds for my dreams, for my aspirations, in hopes of growing into the árboles de mañana, the trees of tomorrow that in turn will feed my loved ones, my family, and future generations thereafter. I challenge all of you here today to go out there with a sense of urgency to live your dream, not no one else's, not your parents, nobody else's, but your dream. Don't compare your successes or even your failures to others. Remember, it's your dream. We're all on different paths with unique dreams and aspirations. Another person's opinion or understanding of what it is that you want to do has no bearing on how your dream will play out. I challenge all of you to dream so big that people will doubt you, think you're crazy, and ask questions like, why? You can't really tell what the seeds of today will turn out to be tomorrow, but trust in your heart that your hard work of today will yield the biggest trees of tomorrow you could ever imagine, that will yield the fruits of your labor and provide you and your family with the biggest slice possible of the American dream. you could be the one to provide that for your family. Sending you guys all a big abrazo, saludos to all. Best wishes. I wish you nothing but the biggest success out there. I hope I get to meet you all. I know things are a little different this year, but hopefully we're able to get back on campus, and I want to be able to shake each and every one of you hand and be able to hug and all that good stuff. And I'm rooting for you guys. Your friend, Jesus Trejo. Take care. I love you guys.
Thank you, Mr. Trejo, for serving as an inspiration for us all.
Gracias, señor Trejo, por inspirarnos. Ahora nos gustaría invitar a Atsiri Aguilar, vicepresidente de la Unión de Estudiantes Latinos, para ayudar a reconocer a nuestros becarios.
Now we would like to invite Atsiri Aguilar, the Vice President of the Latinx Student Union, to assist us in acknowledging our scholarship recipients.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Atsiri Aguilar y soy el vicepresidente de la Unión de Estudiantes Latinos en CSLB y miembro de la clase de graduados de este año. Good morning, my name is Atsiri Aguilar and I'm the vice president of the Latinx Student Union at CSLB and a member of this year's graduating class. Although this isn't the kind of ceremony we envision to conclude our educational careers, we sincerely hope that you're enjoying this stream with your loved ones. We've made it this far despite many obstacles within the past year, and that is something I am grateful for. Aunque este es no el tipo de ceremonia que imaginamos para concluir nuestras carreras educativas, esperamos sinceramente que disfrutes de esta transmisión con tus seres queridos. Hemos llegado tan lejos a pesar de muchos obstáculos durante el año pasado, y eso es algo por lo que estoy agradecida. Nuestro comité y asesores trabajaron arduamente para mantener nuestras tradiciones anuales, lo que incluye otorgar a 3 estudiantes una beca de $500. Our committee and advisors worked hard to uphold our yearly traditions, which includes awarding 3 students with a $500 scholarship. Every year, the Latinx Student Union celebrates and supports the accomplishments of Latinx students by raising funds to help students who are facing financial challenges and remain academically competitive. Cada año, la Unión de Estudiantes Latinos celebra y apoya los logros de los estudiantes latinos, recaudando fondos para ayudar a los estudiantes que enfrenten desafíos financieros y siguen siendo académicamente competitivos. Con esto es un placer para mí presentarles a los becarios de este año. With that, it is my pleasure to introduce this year's scholarship recipients. Williams Nieto, Jessica Grifaldo y Norma Salinas. Felicidades, congratulations.
Thank you, Atsiri. And now, the time has come for the graduates procession. Our announcement readers for this year's graduates are members of the Latinx Faculty and Staff Association.
Muchísimas gracias, Atsiri. Ahora ha llegado el momento de la procesión de los graduados. Este año, nuestros lectores provienen de la Asociación de Profesores y Personal Latinos.
Atsiri Aguilar, Bachelor's Candidate, Communication Studies, Minor Photography. Para mi familia, seguimos adelante.
Maite Alderete González, Major, Women's Gender and Sexuality Studies. Minor, Human Development. Siempre hay belleza en la lucha. Gracias a mi familia. There is always beauty in the fight, thanks to my family.
Luciano Alvarado, bachelor's candidate, physics, minor, philosophy. Thank you to my friends, family, girlfriend, faculty, professors, and classmates for all the love, encouragement, and support.
Jasmine Alvarez, bachelor's candidate, sociology, minor, women, gender, and sexuality. Thank you to everyone who helped me on my journey in accomplishing my goals. El cielo es el límite.
Shirley Alvarez, bachelor's, major, business administration, accountancy. I dedicate the hard work that went into completing my degree to my mom, brother, family, friends, and healthcare workers.
Megan Anaya, master's candidate, economics. Thank you to everyone who supported me through my non-traditional journey in education. Believe in the improbable and strive for the impossible.
Ruth Anguiano, master's candidate, social work. Es un orgullo ser mexicana y educada, pero todo gracias a los padres quien tanto me quieren y apoyan. Los quiero con todo mi corazón.
Cynthia Bañuelos, master's candidate, nutritional science, certificate registered dietitian. Gracias a mis padres por siempre apoyarme en todos los aspectos de mi vida, pero especialmente por darme el ejemplo de la superación. Orgullosamente mexicana. Hashtag educated Latina.
Tania Barraza, master's candidate, social work. Para mi familia.
María Beltrán, bachelor's candidate, film and electronic arts. Para mis padres, llegaron sin nada y me lo dieron todo. Gracias, mami y papi, y a los perritos.
Lisbeth Borrayo Morelos, bachelor's candidate, liberal studies, language arts. Thank you to my family for always believing in me. I love you. Gracias a mi familia por siempre creer en mí. Los amo.
Juan Carlos Cabrera, bachelor's candidate, psychology. Trabaja duro en silencio, que el éxito sea mi ruido.
Carlos Castillo Portillo, bachelor's candidate, electrical engineering. Muchas gracias, mamá y papá. Sin su sacrificio esto no sería posible. Hagan espacio en la pared porque este diploma es de ustedes.
Manuel Castro Mirafuentes, bachelor's candidate, computer science. I want to thank my mother, father, and all of my family for supporting me throughout college. I also want to thank Hermanos Unidos and EOP.
Michelle Chavez, bachelor's candidate, sociology, minor, communication studies. Thank you, Mom, Dad, Monique, and Grandma. You always push me to follow through on all of my goals. Forever grateful for you all.
Celix Cisneros, bachelor's candidate, FCS, Child Development and Family Studies. Para mi mamá, quien me enseñó de sueños y cómo alcanzarlos.
Alondra Corona Caudillo Durán, bachelor's candidate, liberal studies. Cuando me vean volar, recuerden que ustedes me pintaron las alas. Gracias, mamá y papá.
Norma de la Cruz, master's candidate, public administration, certificate, public sector, employer-employee relations, and personnel management. Para mi mamá, que sacrificó todo por mí y mi nena para sacarnos adelante. Arriba, Jalisco.
Miguel de la Rosa, bachelor's candidate, consumer affairs. Esto es para mis padres, quienes sacrificaron todo, llegaron sin nada y me dieron todo. Gracias a toda la familia por su apoyo.
Alicia Enciso, bachelor's candidate, liberal studies. Thank you to my friends and family who have supported me through these 4 years. I love you all.
Linda Escalona, Bachelor's Candidate, Human Resources Management. I would like to thank and dedicate this degree to my mom, dad, and sister. Thank you all for your support.
Dania Escobar, Bachelor's Candidate, English Creative Writing. I want to dedicate this to my mom, who is my biggest supporter. I love you, Mom. Me puse las pilas.
Nerlin Eskenazi, Bachelor's Candidate, Anthropology. A journey has come to an end and a new beginning waits for us all. I am forever thankful for the people in my life that supported my passion. Thanks, Mom and Chino.
Daniel Espinosa, Bachelor's Candidate, International Business. Les doy gracias a todos quienes me acompañaron en mi camino académico. Muchos besos y abrazos para mis papás por ayudándome en todo.
Ángela Esquivel, Bachelor's Candidate, Health Science Community Health Education. Agradecida con mi familia y amigos por todo el amor y apoyo. Dedicado a mi papi Lalo y mami Chelo, mirándonos desde el cielo.
Marta Fabián López, Bachelor's Candidate, Health Science Community Health Education. This degree is a reminder that all things are possible. Thank you to my parents for pushing me forward. Sí se puede.
Andrea Felix Cervantes, Bachelor's Candidate, Technical Theater Arts, minor film. Thank you to my friends and family who have helped me on this journey.
Ángel Figueroa, Bachelor's Candidate, Sociology, minor Criminal Justice. Gracias a mi familia, amigos y seres queridos. Este viaje no hubiera sido posible sin su motivación. Los amo a todos. Dios los bendiga.
Ariana Gallegos, Bachelor's Candidate, Child Development and Family Studies, Family Life Education. Para mi familia, especialmente mis padres, este éxito se debe al apoyo y orientación que me dio mi familia. Gracias por todo.
Jacqueline Garay, Master's Candidate, Public Health Community Health Education. Este diploma es para mis padres. Los amo.
Jacqueline Garcia, Master's Candidate, Public Health. Thank you to my family and partner for supporting me and encouraging me to be a trailblazer.
Alejandra Yvette Garcia, Master's Candidate, Social Work. Credential, Pupil Personnel Services. Mom and Dad, este diploma está dedicado a ustedes. Gracias a su amor, sacrificio y motivación estoy aquí. Soy orgullosa de ser su hija.
Karen Gómez, Bachelor's Candidate, Accounting. Gracias mamá y papá por todo su apoyo.
Carlene Gonzalez, Master's Candidate, Public Policy and Public Administration, Certificate, Employer-Employee Relations and Personnel Management. No matter what age, you can reach success.
Kayleen Gonzalez, Bachelor's Candidate, Healthcare Administration. For my grandma and grandpa, my 2 moms, my 5 sisters, 6 brothers, and the love of my life, Eddie Miramontes.
Melissa Gonzalez Padilla, Bachelor's Candidate, Film and Theory Practice, Post-Production. To my parents' efforts and sacrifices in order to provide me better opportunities.
Julie Gonzalez Samperio, Bachelor's Candidate, Sociology. We never thought we'd get this far, but we're here. Selena Quintanilla.
Carla Gutierrez, Bachelor's Candidate, Journalism. We finally did 2020 and 2021. Let's go.
Andrea Hernández, Bachelor's Candidate, Sociology, minor Linguistics. Soy hija de María Guadalupe Miranda Ramírez y Jaime Hernández Zavala. Gracias por ser mis padres.
Julián Hernández, Bachelor's Candidate, Criminal Justice, minor Sociology. Gracias, mamá y papá. Esto fue para ustedes y seguimos luchando.
Laura Hernandez, Bachelor's Candidate, Business Administration, Accountancy. You're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think.
Kevin Hernandez, Bachelor's Candidate, Business Administration Management. As a first-generation graduate and the first in my family to receive a bachelor's degree, I want to thank God and mis padres.
Ryan Herrera, Bachelor's Candidate, Criminal Justice. I want to thank my family and friends for being here with me today. They have been a massive support in obtaining my degree.
Isabella Jimenez, Bachelor's Candidate, Communication Studies, minor, Public Relations. Thank you to my mom, dad, and family for guiding me on the path to greatness. Al siguiente capítulo. Te quiero muchísimo.
Michelle Jordan, Bachelor's Candidate, Dietetics and Food Administration, minor, Food Science. Gracias a mi madre y a todas las maestras y maestros que me han ayudado durante esta importante etapa en mi vida.
Lisette Leandro, Master's Candidate, Nursing, minor, Nursing Practitioner. Be the change you want to see in the world, Gandhi.
Crystal Lechuga, Bachelor's Candidate, Marketing. Mami y papi, este es para ti. Los amo. Gracias por todo su apoyo.
Michael Estuardo Lopez, Doctorate Candidate, Educational Leadership. To my wife, Marcela, and daughter, Isabella, I dedicate my diligence to your pursuit of happiness. I love you both.
Alfredo Lopez, Bachelor's Candidate, Aerospace Engineering. I want to thank my parents, family, friends, and everyone that was a part of my journey to reaching this major milestone in my life. Thank you.
Jasmine Lopez Vieira, Bachelor's Candidate, Communication Studies. Por mi familia, los quiero mucho. Gracias por su apoyo. Sin ustedes no podría lograrlo. Ahora a echarle ganas. No nos queda otra.
Santiago Lozano, Bachelor's Candidate, Business Administration, Management Information Systems. Through perseverance and endurance, we conquer. Huge thanks and love to fam, friends, mentors, and Cal State Long Beach staff that have supported my journey.
Verónica Madrigal, Master's Candidate, Social Work. Yo quiero dar gracias a Dios, a mis padres y esposo por todo su apoyo y amor. Esta maestría se los dedico a ustedes.
Jocelyn Magaña, Bachelor's Candidate, Dance, BFA. Thank you to my incredible family and friends for supporting me through this amazing journey. Los amo tanto y me puse las pilas.
Stephanie Martinez, Master's Candidate, Public Policy Administration, Option in Urban Affairs. Thank you, Mom, Goddess, my family, and Babe, for your love and support always. Abuelitos, gracias por su apoyo y amor incondicional.
Andrea Martinez, Bachelor's Candidate, Human Development. We made it through our journey at Cal State Long Beach. I appreciate all the people who supported me, especially to my parents and fiancé.
Miriam Martinez, Bachelor's Candidate, Sociology. Para mi mamá, tus sacrificios y apoyo fue la razón por cual lo logré. Te amo.
Yvonne Martinez, Master's Candidate, Social Work, Credential, Pupil Personnel Services. Sus sacrificios y apoyo son la razón por la cual lo logré. Gracias, mamá y papá. Los quiero.
Giovanni Marta, Bachelor's Candidate, Adapted Physical Education. Gracias por todo el apoyo, familia. Janet, Lucas, Ama, Apa, Adrián, Juan, Diana, Chavo, Nick, Candy y Crystal.
Brandon Melgar, Bachelor's Candidate, Consumer Affairs. I dedicate this degree to my family as they are among the people who have helped me get through this. Arriba los Melgares.
Lisette Melgar, Bachelor's Candidate, Health Science, Community Education, Minor Spanish. Mamá y papá, muchas gracias por todo el apoyo y ánimo que ustedes siempre me han brindado incondicionalmente. Lo hemos logrado juntos.
Jordi Mendoza, Bachelor's Candidate, Healthcare Administration. Este título se lo dedico a mis padres y familia, porque con el apoyo de ellos fui capaz de salir adelante.
Jonathan Mendoza, Bachelor's Candidate, Sociology. Minor, Psychology. Viva la raza. For my family, Mendoza, for everything you have done for me and everything I will do for you. Proverbs 22:6.
Mitzi Millan, Bachelor's Candidate, Criminology, Criminal Justice. It was not easy, but I finally did it. This is for you, Mom and Dad. I love you guys.
Richard Mondragon, Bachelor's Candidate, Business Finance. Thank you to my family and friends who supported me through everything. I love you all so much.
Fabian Montes, Bachelor's Candidate, Theater Arts. To my family whom have never stopped pushing me to become my best, and to my friends whom I've had a grand adventure with.
Bertha Montes, Bachelor Candidate, Communication Studies. Thank you to my parents for all your hard work and sacrifices. This one is for you.
Gabriel Montoya, Bachelor's Candidate, Chicano Latino Studies. I dedicate my degree to my mom, my love, my son, and my pops. Thank you for your support and love. I love you.
Irving Geheber Morales, Bachelor's Candidate, International Business and Human Resource Management. Dedicating this accomplishment to my beautiful, supportive, and loving grandmother, as well as every single person who supported me through this journey. Hashtag Querer es Poder.
Denise Moreno, Bachelor's Candidate, Spanish. Para mi familia, esto es por ustedes y para ustedes. Sí se pudo.
Lucia Muro, Master's Candidate, Public Health. No existe gran talento sin gran voluntad. Thank you, Mom, Dad, and sisters for constantly supporting my journey.
Leslie Ordóñez Salanik, Bachelor's Candidate, Consumer Sciences option in Fashion Merchandising and Design. Minor, Marketing and Communication Studies. Certificate, Mediation. I graduate this achievement to my parents that have shown me that with heart, hard work, and determination, anything is possible.
Adriana Ortega, Bachelor's Candidate, Studio Arts, Minor, Chicano Studies. As a first gen, I want to thank my family and friends for supporting me on my academic journey at Cal State Long Beach.
Melissa Ortiz, Bachelor's Candidate, Deaf Cultures. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Emily Ortiz, Bachelor's Candidate, Health Science. El fin de este capítulo, pero mi historia sigue. Gracias a Dios y a mi familia por el apoyo durante estos años. Sí se pudo.
Fernando Peña, Bachelor's Candidate, Business Administration Management. Me gustaría dedicar esto a mis padres que sacrificaron tanto para ayudarme a llegar a donde estoy. ¡Viva México!
Jessica Pereira, Master's Candidate, Social Work. Gracias a mis padres por su apoyo, entendimiento y darme ánimos en los momentos más difíciles de cumplir esta meta.
Kevin Perez, Bachelor's Candidate, Microbiology and Psychology. Dedicated to my loved ones and all of those that supported me.
Rosaura Pila Godínez, Bachelor's Candidate, Fine Art, Painting, and Drawing. I am deeply grateful for my parents for giving me the opportunity to have a higher education and for the Dream.US scholarship.
Gabriela Pinedo Chavez, Master's Candidate, Social Work, Credentials, Pupil Personnel Services, and Child Welfare and Attendance. So thankful for the love and support of my fiancé, family, friends, and social work cohort. Lo hicimos, all glory to God.
Cassandra Puentes, Bachelor's Candidate, Business Administration and Management, minor Film. To my family, friends, professors, counselors, and mentors, thank you. To my fellow Sharks, we did it.
Marvin Ramirez, Master's Candidate, Nursing, Credential, Family Nurse Practitioner. Thank you to my parents who provided me with everything they possibly could. Thank you to my wife for her ongoing support and love.
Julissa Ramírez, Bachelor's Candidate, Food Science. Los verdaderos héroes son los que luchan a capa y espada para defender los suyos. Los verdaderos héroes son mi papá y mamá. Gracias.
Cristo King Ramírez, Bachelor's Candidate, Business Administration. Gracias familia por todo el apoyo que me han brindado durante estos años. Este es uno de muchos logros y seguimos por lo demás.
Jocelyn Reyes Macías, Bachelor's Candidate, American Sign Language, Linguistics, and Deaf Culture. Para mis padres que llegaron sin nada, pero me lo dieron todo, este título se los dedico a ustedes. Gracias por sus sacrificios.
Lisette Rojas, Master's Candidate, Educational Psychology. To my mom for teaching me the value of an education.
José Luis Santillán, Bachelor's Candidate, Industrial Design. Gracias, Ma, Pa, my brother Jonathan, and all my friends for supporting me in this capítulo de mi vida. Sí se pudo.
Theophilus Scantleberry, Bachelor's Candidate, English. Keep going, for the harder you struggle for your worth, the brighter you'll shine.
Nicole Silva, Bachelor's Candidate, Healthcare Administration. I want to thank my family for being with me through every step of the way. I could not have done it without him.
Vanessa Tamayo, Bachelor's Candidate, Child Development. Para mis padres que han dado todo para que yo tenga todo. Los quiero mucho y esto es el principio de algo grande.
Gerardo Telles, Bachelor's Candidate, Criminology and Criminal Justice, minor Sociology. Quiero darle gracias a mis padres, amigos y hermanos unidos. Thank you for your support and motivation throughout this 4-year journey.
Jacob Jake Teran, Master's Candidate, English. Emphasis in rhetoric and composition. To my younger self, you are more than enough and you are loved by many, including by yourself.
Rosa Ursúa, Bachelor's Candidate, Child Development and Family Studies. Gracias a mi familia por el apoyo infinito. Los quiero mucho. A mi mami, mil gracias por todo.
Joseph Valadez, Bachelor's Candidate, Sociology. Never let your past define who you are today because it's not how you start the race, it's how you finish.
Veronica Valdez Medina, Master's Candidate, Counseling, Student Development, and Higher Education, Certificate, Community College. Gracias a mi familia por siempre creer en mí. Este diploma no es mío, es nuestro. Lo logramos juntos. Los amo, sí se pudo.
Elizabeth Vasquez, Bachelor's Candidate, Anthropology. Thank you to my ancestors, big family, my partner, their family, and my friends for their love, support, and guidance.
Mariana Vasquez, Master's Candidate, Exercise, Physiology, and Nutrition. Gracias a mi país, México, por su cultura y gracias a Cal State Long Beach por esta oportunidad como estudiante internacional.
As our celebration comes to an end, we would like to recognize all of the individuals who have helped put this beautiful virtual event together. The time and commitment to ensure that the educational accomplishments of our Chicano, Chicana, Latino, Latina graduates are celebrated con cultura, familia, y comunidad is truly appreciated. It is with the love and support of our families, friends, professors, mentors, and loved ones that we have been able to realize our educational goals. We would like to express our deepest and most heartfelt gratitude to you, our families, and our friends.
A medida que nuestra ceremonia ya llega a su fin, nos gustaría reconocer a todas las personas quienes nos ayudaron a organizar este evento hermoso virtual. Se aprecia mucho el tiempo, el compromiso para asegurar que los logros educativos de nuestros graduados sean celebrados con cultura, familia y comunidad. Es con el amor y el apoyo de nuestras familias, amigos, profesores y mentores y seres queridos que hemos podido realizar nuestras metas educativas. Nos gustaría expresarle nuestro más profundo y sentido agradecimiento a usted, a nuestras familias y a nuestros amigos.
Graduates, please give an acknowledgement to the family and friends that have supported you. Take a moment to hug those near you and send a message to those afar.
Les pido un fuerte aplauso para los recién graduados, que a partir de hoy emprenderán una nueva vida. Felicidades a la clase del 2021.
Congratulations, class of 2021.
Hola, soy Luis Zambrano del Mariachi Nuevo Amanecer.
¡Sí, señor!
En este día les queremos felicitar por graduarse. Les vamos a tocar unas canciones para alegrar esta ocasión. Otra vez, felicidades. Hi, I'm Luis Zambrano of Mariachi Nuevo Amanecer.
¡Sí, señor!
We would like to congratulate y'all on making it to commencement 2021. We would like to play a couple songs for y'all to brighten up the festivities. And once again, congratulations on graduating.
¡Échale mi mariachi!
Negrita de mis pesares, ojos de papel volando, negrita de mis pesares, ojos de papel volando, a todos diles que sí, pero no les digas cuando así me dijiste a mí, por eso vivo penando. Esta mi negra que la quiero ver aquí, con su rebozo de seda que alerta que desde mí. Esta mi negra que la quiero ver aquí, con su rebozo de seda que alerta que desde mí. Olvidar